All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sister you too, this is Pastor Dowell. You know, it is our nature as human beings, which we need to test, prove, and challenge every single day. I mean, I know many of you even getting your attention, starting out in this video right here is there's some serious challenges that we have to face because most of you simply just don't even care. But we have this uncanny ability to be able to forget things and put things out of our mind that are very important to us. And then the things that are not important, we remember them. Whoo, boy. But it always seems to be the bad things that we remember. I'm talking about personally. But when we're dealing with the social ills that we're all presented with today, I think that we all to adopt a new attitude, and that attitude is that we should demand accountability and we should question everything. Did you hear what I said? Question everything and demand accountability, because first of all, number one, demand accountability of yourself. Before you start going and mess around in everybody else's backyard, prove your own heart. Get this right. And then teach others how to demand accountability as well. When that takes place, that's when we'll have what you'll call a truly free and independent society. But, when it's so easy for people to just go spew out anything, and then they trust in the fallen nature of us human beings, most of the time, since most of us have done little to any, if at all, policing of our own spirits, we're going to spend the majority of our time actually listening to things that we have never even made sense of in our own spirits, and then try to confirm those things as if they were gospel truth. And man, I tell you, we in some serious trouble. There's a lot of things that are going on in the world right now that is just simply morally reprehensible. It really truly is. When you think about the war in 2001, the so-called war on terrorism, am I the only one that sees that global terrorism has increased fivefold since 2001? We're talking from the history of mankind, from 2001 going all the way back, and just from 2001 up to 2000, let's go to 2008. Terrorism has literally increased fivefold. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Here it is again, the Bible. There's the Bible again. When they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction. The book of Daniel contrasts it to the book of Revelations. It pretty much tells us exactly what's taking place. And it's amazing how that we in this country think that we can go around poking in everybody's little hornet's nest. Nations are hornet's nests. If you leave people alone, or, if there's a hornet nest over here, if I leave it alone, chances are the thing will not trouble me, bother me, or sting me. But if I start going around poking at it, start shooting at it and carrying on and start throwing water on it and start trying to smoke it out of fire and stuff, those hornets are going to fight back. I promise you they are, because they're trying to preserve their way of life. Well, that's what the United States of America has done. We have gone around, made ourselves the own world police because of our military might and superpower that was developed early on because of the military-industrial complex after World War I. We have went and poked our nose in every other nation's business and stuff, and then we wonder why global terrorism has increased 5 times. Government, by definition, is evil. I have not forgotten about the bailouts. How that, you've got district attorneys, you've got all these so-called officers of government in place that they squeeze you and I, the small fry, the independent people, the IRS do. They squeeze us, pinching pennies out of us, and then drag us into their court system. And do everything they can to extract revenue out of us simply because government can't produce anything at all. They can only take. But then they turn around and they take the money borrowing against our future labor. They take taxpayers' money and go bail out these institutions. They're supposed to be banking institutions that actually regulate us when it comes to loans, mortgages, and anything else. These people can't even manage their own banking system and stuff, but then the government turns around and feeds the beast and gives them billions of dollars in bailouts. And then the CEOs gets, each CEO gets $1 billion just in, hey, you doing a good job. This is madness. I'm telling you. I sit and watch this. I really do believe that my perspective and philosophy on life is right for the time that we're living in right now, of course. But you'll never know it unless you experience it, because most of us, some of us, we live in what you call a quiet, sealed nest egg. Only one problem, though. You're by yourself. And by yourself means you and your little old family. You legitimately don't have anybody that you can trust. None whatsoever at all. And you've destroyed relationships fivefold, 5 times over. Nobody will come to your aid or defense because instead of building, you've been tearing down. And all those who has been in cahoots with you tearing down is not going to be there when it comes time for the firefight or the fight, period. Because there is no honor among thieves. I have a lot of digressions going on right here. I really, truly do. But I've not forgotten about the bailouts. I've not forgotten about all the things that's going on. I'm not forgotten about it. But I do know this. I do know that silver is just weights and balance and sound money. And I still think the fundamentals are the same. I told you a long, long time ago, it's a long-term investment. But most of you do everything on emotion rather than dealing with facts. And, of course, now facts don't matter. Emotion means more than facts in the time that we're living in. You could care less about facts. All about emotion, how you feel, and that's how you lead your life. Or let's just say you're being guided by emotions that you simply just do not understand because you could care less about the facts. Well, the facts are this. America, the chickens is coming home to roost. And I think that you should do everything that you can in your own power, if you have any at all, to start preserving yourself, because all these little simply ignorant, stupid, knee-jerk reactions that we receive from a lot of people who simply just don't understand anything at all. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody's just opinionated. Now, I understand that. That's fine and good. But if you're going to have an opinion, before you enter into the arena of the world out here on YouTube and stuff, have some form of intelligence about you rather than your own personal opinion. Deal with facts. Because the world is not going to be shaped by my opinion or your opinion. But I will tell you this. They're looking for peace and safety, but they're trying to accomplish through war, and the Bible has already called it. I'll end it on this. Most of you people have no unearthly idea what's going on in Iraq, because the silence by the mainstream news media is deafening. That country is totally decimated. Let me give you a little bit of facts. Can you imagine in this country, if you can just get out of your United States of America attitude, your privileged attitude, your spoiled minds, if you just listen to me for a second, just imagine this right here at home, because it's coming, but just imagine. Can you imagine 800,000 children displaced and refugees because either their father or their mother has been killed by collateral damage and they have nowhere to go? Can you imagine 1 million innocent civilians minding their own business now has chemicals all in the air of their country? Leukemia is up 800% in the country, and people, it's airborne disease, and it's killing folks left and right. Can you imagine all in your own country right here, birth defects increase 800%. Can you imagine that? Chance if you get pregnant, chances are your baby will be born with some type of birth defect or some serious retardation. Can you imagine 3 million working class people all have been annihilated because somebody decided to send a drone down your chimney? What would the face of this country look like if we had those type of atrocities and those type of things we had to deal with? I mean, because 800,000 refugees. I mean, you take the country of, anyway, I think y'all know what I'm saying. But see, because we're across the pond and we have never, ever dealt with that type of chaos, normacy bias kicks in. Hey, ain't never happened to me, never will. I ain't never dealt with it. And if you don't prepare your mind, don't worry about it. It's already dealing with you.